I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review. This is a PayPal request for Cole. Thank you so much for that. If anyone's ever interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, you can do so either directly via my PayPal or by joining my Patreon. Either way, the links are down below for the Patreon or the PayPal. If not, no worries. But if so, feel free. But the film Cole wanted me to talk about was the 1987 film The Principal, which I've always enjoyed this film. It stars James Belushi, Louis Gossett Jr., an actor named Michael Wright, who I've seen in some films like Money Talks. And Rae Dawn Chong's also in this. It's directed by Christopher Cain. Now, Christopher Cain is the father of Dean Cain. And Christopher Cain, after this, would direct Young Guns, which is actually my favorite Western, with Emilio Estevez, Lou Diamond Phillips, Kiefer Sutherland. He directed a few other films. I haven't seen them, but films like Pure Country. And I think he actually directed Gone Fishing with Joe Pesci, which I didn't mind that as a time waster. I haven't seen him forever. But watching this, they would never make this type of film today. Because back in the 80s and 90s, you would see films about the school system, and whether it be The Substitute, which I reviewed, which came out after this. Yeah, Class of 1984, Class of 1999, and how the school is rough and dangerous and someone has to clean it up. Just nowadays with school shootings, things of that nature, they would never make this type of film. Which sucks in the fact of their movies. One is not the other. And you should be able to make a movie pretty much in any location. And in this case, I thought it was handled rather well. I thought James Belushi was a lot of fun. I think he's one of his best roles, where he's the lead character. He's a teacher who gets drunk. He sees his ex-wife with this guy. He gets pissed off and takes it back to the guy's car. And as punishment, he's sent to this school. Granted, good point, he's a principal. The bad point is horrible school. But he's going to be the principal there. And I thought Belushi brought a lot of attitude to the role. He was likable. I thought he was rather funny and natural. And James Belushi is a good actor, whether it be in Red Heat or this film. He definitely had that fun attitude with him. I even like K-9. I wish they had a Blu-ray. I don't remember the K-9 sequels too well, but I remember the first one. I do remember liking it. And like I said, he's a lot of fun to watch. Like when he gets these two guys, it stops him from killing each other. He has them in the principal office. And one of them talks back, fuck you, but you can call me fuck. Okay, Mr. Fuck. How about you? And he does a lot better than I can. And also at the school is Louis Gossett Jr. And Louis Gossett Jr. is an actor I've always enjoyed ever since I first saw him in the Dolph Lundgren film The Punisher. Of course, he won the Oscar for An Officer and a Gentleman. Sadly, his career didn't take off as it seemed. Because again, he was in films like this and The Punisher, but in the 90s, other than that awful cover-up, which I ranted on when I did my Dolph Lundgren marathon, I can't remember a lot of films with Louis Gossett Jr. Maybe before all that, he did Jaws 3. But in the 90s, I can't think of many movies. I know he's been in movies, but I can't think of much. And that's sad. He's a very talented actor, and he deserved a lot bigger roles. But I mean, he does a good job here as the security guy who has been unsure about Belushi's character, but ultimately does help him. And again, Belushi definitely carries the movie. Where he's talking to one guy, what, you being a pussy? Fine, be a pussy and stay here. I'm no pussy, man. They're on your... Those guys you're messing with, you're on their shit list. Hey, I'm on everybody's shit list. I just can't run that fast. Actually, no, the kid said, I'm on their shit list. Hey, I'm on everybody's shit list. I just can't run as fast as you. And pretty much it's the character taking back the school. Making assembly say no more drugs, no more of this bad stuff. Michael Wright, who in Money Talks, which is a film I enjoy with Chris Tucker and Charlie Sheen, he's a guy who Chris Tucker goes to for help. And in the third act, Michael Wright has brought his guys to the stadium, and he has the lollipop in his mouth, and he gets the bazooka, blows up a good section of the stadium. Or I should say the box, I should say. I thought the soundtrack was rather good. In particular, I like this one song, Set It Off, Set It Off. To the right, to the left. I can't do it right. I can't sing for shit. But it's called Set It Off from the Principal soundtrack. You can find it on YouTube. And there's some fun moments early on when he is looking through his kitchen. He doesn't have anything. He has a Coke can that he hasn't opened yet, and he has a pack of cocoa or hot chocolate. It actually makes me want to try this sometime. It might not be good, but I don't know, for some reason it made me want to try it. Like getting a Coke can and then a pack of chocolate, hot chocolate, pour them together and mix them. I don't know, just the fact of like chocolate Coke, for some reason sounds appealing to me. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll try that. But Belushi's character is trying to do the right thing. And Michael Wright, I thought he did a good job because he was a villain, but there were moments where you saw either fear, or there's even a moment I liked where, listen, if you're trying to reach me, I'll just cut your hand off. And then Belushi goes, I got another one. And Belushi, he's trying to talk to the students and try to help them out, whether it be, I forget the names. One of them is, he's not in it much, but he's the guy who played Lou Diamond Phillips' brother in La Bamba, which I reviewed on here. There's a few others. The kids do fine in their roles. The teachers, one of them is Rae Dawn Chong from Commando, among others. The Tommy Chong's, of Cheech and Chong's daughter. There's a moment where she almost gets raped and Belushi beats the shit out of the guy. He's trying to teach even the teachers, listen, you can't pick and choose your students. You can't just teach the easy ones and throw the rest away in the garbage. And Belushi's character is a bit of a badass. He rides a motorcycle. Although there's one moment I thought was really stupid because the students fix up his bicycle. his motorcycle, I should say, not bicycle, his motorcycle. And they mess with his motorcycle helmet and they put principal on it. Now here's what the stupid thing. He then immediately goes and stops this deal that Michael Wright and them are doing. But he's wearing the helmet that says principal on it. It made me go, then why the fuck do you even have the helmet on in the first place? You literally advertised who you were. I did. It wasn't your idea that they put principal on there. You didn't tell him to do that. But if you're trying to be sneaky, you just gave away who you were. It's like, oh, principal. Who's that? Well, it said principal on his helmet. So I thought that was a bit like, what? And I thought the acting was well done. I liked the little banter between Belushi and Louis Gossett Jr.'s characters. I thought Michael Wright, he was a villain, but again, I liked that at times he was scared. Like near the third act where they're both telling each other, fuck you. No, fuck you. And then Michael Wright threatens him. But you see in his eyes there's a little bit uncertainty, a little bit of maybe a teeny bit of fear. I would just made him a little bit more of a human villain, if that makes sense. I mean, the battle at the end, it is what it is. It's nothing. I would say I was a little bit disappointed, but at the same time, it's not an action film. It's not going to be what you see in The Substitute years later. It's not going to be as graphic as Class of 1984 or Class of 1999. So in a way, it does fit with the tone of the movie, where Louis Gossett Jr. does get to kick some ass, while Belushi he's hiding in the showers and they grab him, they threaten him. I'm not going to go into all the detail. At the end of the day, I guess part of me wish it was a bit more over-the-top action. But then the more I think about it, it's like, well, it doesn't really fit with maybe the tone of the movie. You're not going to have Belushi start killing off students like The Substitute. So in retrospect, yeah, that does fit better the more I think about it. At least Belushi does get his hands on Michael Wright and gives him a few good punches and such. So I definitely was more satisfied compared to, say, 3:15, The Moment of Truth, which is a film I reviewed a few weeks ago. Which I didn't hate that film, but I definitely enjoyed this film more. He's the principal, man. I'm the principal, man. Yeah, James Belushi, like I said, he's likable. He's a bit of a badass in this. He's a lot of fun. He definitely brought a sense of energy to it. Louis Gossett Jr. is great support. I thought they worked well together. It was cool to see people like Michael Wright. I think he's a talented actor. The rest of the cast did their jobs well. I liked the soundtrack, the music. I forget the name of the song at the end, but I thought it was a good song. It's not an action film. There's moments of action. It's a little mix of stuff. There's a little bit of action. There's bits of comedy, or I should say humor. A little bit of drama. A little bit of mix of all of them. So I would probably say I probably would put this above The Substitute. Even though The Substitute, I felt more of an action film. I really like Tom Berenger. I would say I like Belushi's character a little bit more because of the humor, because of some of the lines he throws out. I really like Tom Berenger in Substitute, but Belushi's character has a little bit more personality. And I like Tom Berenger's buddies in that, but I like Louis Gossett Jr. more as an actor. It'd be a good double feature, The Principal and The Substitute. So, yeah, I enjoy the film. I think it's worth a look if you like these type of movies from the 80s, or even just any time back then. And like I said, it's a movie you would not see today because of the school shootings, things of that nature. We don't want to have anything of that sort in a school. I don't know how the school system works. Maybe they're a lot better than they were back then when it comes to stuff. I don't know. And it's a fun movie. It's an entertaining film. So, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.